lives in a pineapple under the sea. That's right, we're drawing Spongebob Squarepants. To begin Spongebob Squarepants, I'm going to make the eyes. They need to be really round though, so I'm going to use something to trace. I'm going to put it on my paper and very carefully trace around, and this is going to be the outer shape of the eye. Once I'm done with the outer shape of the eye, I need to add in his pupil. So I make a nice small circle right in the middle and an extra line to show the color of his eye or his iris. The second eye though, we're not going to see all of, so I have it sit on top of part of my circle, and I only trace the part of it that is on the outside of that first eye. Do not trace into the first eye you drew. This makes it look like they're overlapping or that the second eye is slightly behind. Once I've added in the pupil and the iris, then I need to add in his eyelashes. He always has 3 eyelashes, and they're usually spread apart. If you end up drawing them too close together, it's not going to look like Spongebob Squarepants. So try your best to give them a little bit of space in between. Next, I begin to draw the nose under the left side. It is nice and curvy and pretty skinny. Halfway underneath, I'll draw an extra line coming down, but then it'll curve up towards the right eye because this becomes his mouth. He has a little curve on the end and then a nice round cheek. Once I have that cheek, I'm going to add a few little freckles too. His front teeth are going to look like 2 big squares. Then I add a little curved line underneath the teeth to look like his chin. We know that he is a big sponge, so to draw his body, it needs to have wavy lines. I start at the top and add in the sides. From there, I end it at the bottom where his clothes begin. But we're going to make him look 3-dimensional, so I need to add his side too. I'll add a little curvy diagonal followed by one long line and then connect it at the bottom. Next, we need to make it look more like a sponge by adding in some of the holes. They can be different shapes, they can be different sizes. I not only put them on the front, but I will put them on the side as well. Once that is complete, it's time to work on the clothes. I start by putting the corner of his body and then the back side of the body and connect at the bottom. Then I'll make the front of his body and I start adding some of the details for his collar, which looks like little triangles. In between the collar will be his tie, which is like a triangle at the top and a diamond underneath. To show his pants, I'm going to start on one side, stop when I get to the diamond, and finish on the other side. Don't forget the side of his body. Next, we're going to add little rectangles to make it look like he's wearing a belt. Once the pants are finished, then I need to move on to the legs. First, I start with the pants part of the leg. Then I move on to 2 long, skinny lines. It's going to look like he's wearing socks, so I add 2 little lines to kind of break up the space. Finally, I add in big, curvy shoes. Next up are the arms. We're going to draw the sleeve first. The sleeve is going to look almost like half of an oval shape. From that sleeve, I'll draw 2 little lines to start the arm, and then I change their direction so that it looks like his elbow has bent. We'll have a thumb, 3 fingers, and then I add in curves on his palm. It's going to end up looking like the letter T. Then we have to do the same thing to the other side. Add the sleeve, add the skinny, long arms, and then start adding in his hand and fingers. could just add a regular rainbow, but for this I'm going to be using tissues, I'm going to use chalk, and I'm going to use a curved paper pattern. First, I try and line up the curved paper pattern about where I think his hands are beginning. And I'm going to start my rainbow with red. I try to rub across the edge of that pattern. It does not have to be perfect. Chalk is very, very dusty, which is nice because then we can blend it and use it the way that we think it looks best. I next pick up my tissue and try to cover just one finger on my hand. You can see that I'm holding the rest of the tissue in my palm. Using that tissue, you can spread the chalk out just a little bit better so that it really fills in any white spaces that we don't want to be there anymore. This will especially help when we start to blend our colors. Once I'm finished with that, I can move my pattern to the next spot that I'd like it. So for this, I just kind of move it up a little bit and then start with the second color of my rainbow, which will be orange. When I'm ready to blend again, I open my tissue to try and find a clean spot to cover my finger with. Then I can move on to blending my color just like I did before. Now you will notice that there are lots of little white spots between because some of our color didn't quite line up, but that's okay. We still have our tissues to help us blend. So now you can rub your finger without the pattern to try and fill in any spots that aren't supposed to be empty. Now that you know how to make Spongebob Squarepants, I hope you'll go and use your imagination.